Turkish state! Terrorist! 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 Turkish troops out of Kurdistan! Turkish troops out of Kurdistan!
Borton Guinness, now we are in London in Trafalgar Square, but there is a Kurdish demonstration, and this is a very lucky moment for Kurds because you are advancing to Raqqa. Maybe the capital of ISIS will fall, or we are too optimistic?
Yes, that's right. The YPG forces are currently advancing towards Raqqa. They have begun an offensive last week to liberate north of Raqqa, and at the moment they have liberated many villages and towns in the north coast of Raqqa, and the operations are quite promising, and northern Raqqa will be liberated soon.
But near Aleppo there is a counter-attack of ISIS?
Yes, that's right. ISIS are currently attacking western Rojava, the west coast of Rojava where Aleppo is.
And near Aleppo, that means near the frontier with Turkey, maybe they have some supports beyond the frontier?
Yeah, that's definitely right. They are having support from the Turkish side. The Turkish intelligence service are definitely supporting the ISIS jihadis as well as the al-Nusra Front, who are currently retaliating against the Kurdish forces near Aleppo. But our YPJ forces are not backing down, and they will continue to resist and liberate.
And now the Turkish government is also angry with the United States because they say that the United States are supporting Kurdish.
Yes, that's right. At the moment, the United States are supporting the YPG and YPJ forces because the YPG and YPJ forces are the most effective and strongest ground force that are fighting against ISIS in the Middle East. So the United States and many other Western governments are supporting the YPJ and YPJ forces, whereas the Turkish state don't like this situation because they see the YPG and YPJ as a bigger threat than ISIS. So that's why they're not happy with the situation.
Who killed the Kurds? Turkish state! Who killed humanity? Turkish state! Who killed humanity? Turkish state! Who supports ISIS? Turkish state!
Elif Sarkan, let's talk about Rojava now. The troops, the Kurdish troops are advancing to Raqqa.
Yes, so Kurdish troops and the collaboration between the Syrian Democratic Forces armed units are advancing into Raqqa. They have already liberated many villages in northern Raqqa, and they're continuing their advances. They have been able to make ISIS retreat considerably. So yeah, the operation is carrying on.
Could this be the end of ISIS?
I mean, I believe it can be the end of ISIS in Raqqa. I think the operation will certainly be successful with the collaboration between many democratic forces and their armed units. They will certainly be able to successfully complete the operation of Raqqa. I mean, of course, as we know, ISIS does exist in other places, other regions and other cities, and I think this will certainly create an overflow into other areas, and yeah, I think potentially over time, yeah, it can be the end of ISIS.
But the Turkish state is supporting ISIS, that's what you say. How?
So, as I think right at this stage, I think it's not necessarily a debatable situation. I think it's pretty clear that the Turkish state have provided logistic, military, and in fact financial support to ISIS, and it's been proven by many, and a lot of people in Turkey actually. A Turkish journalist has been prosecuted for publishing these proofs.
since 2014, when ISIS first attacked Shangal to try to take Kurdish women hostage, the Kurdish women in YPG, they have started to fight against ISIS, and the Kurdish women are a nightmare for ISIS in the Middle East, to be honest with you. They have a huge role within YPG fighting against the ISIS in Rojava and also in Turkey, not just in Rojava, which means the north of Syria, not just in north of Syria, in Kurdish area, also in.
How is the war going on in Turkey?
It's very bad at the moment. That's the reason we're here today. The Western people, Western society, they think the war only going on against Kurdish people in Syria or in Iraq. That's how people used to know. But unfortunately, the more deep, more dirty war going on against Kurdish people in Turkey last 6 months, especially since summer, actually, summer last year. Terrible war going on. Too many civilians got killed, too many civilians burned down, too many civilians, they use chemical weapons on the civilians in Turkey. And today we're here for civilians also in one block in Nusaybin. They're faced to massacre today. That's why we're here. We're here to try to attention the Western or the public attention onto this incident, in order to stop this killing, because we couldn't prevent the killing in Jizre, in Sur, just recently. About 500 people got killed due to the Amnesty International report. What they says, they were all civilians.
Turkana, which part of Kurdistan are you from?
I'm from Dersim, from Turkish side. I'm in North Kurdistan. Yeah.
Who kills children? Turkey state! Who kills children? Turkey state! Who kills women? Turkey state! Who kills women? Turkey state!
Sevinci Erdogan, you are demonstrating now in Trafalgar Square for Kurds. You are Kurd, but you have the same surname of the Turkish president. How?
Unfortunately, yes. We were forced to change our surname because it was Kurdish 30, 40 years back.
So Turkey forced Kurds to change their surname?
That's correct, yes. There's Kurdish names such as Shilan, Zilan, the PKK fighters' Kurdish name, so they all forced us to change our name. And this is the time I'm talking about, actually, in the Atatürk times, actually.
What's your original surname?
Our original surname? Our original surname was like 90 years back, so I don't remember. I don't know exactly.
You are campaigning also for the freedom of Ocalan.
Yes, that's correct.
Ocalan, who is for you?
He's our leader. He's a person that we look up to. He's got a very different ideology. So he's our freedom. He's our actual symbol for the Kurds.
Freedom for Öcalan! Victory for Kurdistan! Freedom for Öcalan! Victory for Kurdistan!
But the Turks say he's a terrorist.
Yes, unfortunately. They say that he's a baby killer. They say he's a killer, he's a terrorist, and all the rest of it, which is all a totally lie.
We want justice! We want peace! We want justice! We want peace! We want justice! Medical assistance is not being allowed to help those who are wounded, and their positions are still being bombarded by the Turkish army. Over 35 civilians, of which some are severely wounded, are trapped, and if help does not reach, then very soon they will be massacred. According to a statement from the Human Rights Association, IHD, if a humanitarian corridor is not opened, then a horrific massacre is more than likely. They have called for an urgent corridor to be be open to evacuate civilians from the affected area. HDP MP Ali Atalan has said that the resisting Kurdish youth YPS in Nusaybin have retreated from the town and that only civilians are left. Separately, Kurdish organizations and the Kurdish People's Initiative have made calls to the international institutions to intervene and stop the Turkish state to save the lives of many civilians under the threat of massacre. The LKP government and the Turkish state is trying to massacre civilians in especially the Alika neighborhood of Nusaybin. By using all military capabilities at its disposal, including fighter jets, the LKP and the Turkish state has already committed horrific massacres in Cizre, Shirnak, Sur, Silopi and Yüksekova.